The usual question about the injured players are the forwards game time, and is Hakanpää different?
Yeah, Hakanpää is not playing tonight for sure. He's in rehab, recovering, starting to skate, doing some of those things, but he's further behind. The other two forwards skated and will be game time, yeah.
Obviously, it worked the last two games, but how long can you play essentially 5D? Like, how long before that takes a toll?
Well, we played 5D, I guess the last two games on the road. The first two games we didn't. It's a little easier at home with matchups and things like that. So, I lost in the Stanley Cup final or conference final when I was coaching Vegas to Montreal, and they essentially ran 4D the entire playoff just about. So I don't think there's a rule that you have to play 6D even minutes or anything like that. I think, it just depends on the situation.
Pete, from the outside looking in, it appears you've gotten a fountain of youth with some of the seasons you've got from your veteran players.
Yeah.
But did you handle them differently from a practice perspective throughout the season and maybe down the stretch?
Well, I think that started last year. We came in here, and I think, and Jim providing the depth that we have allowed us to, manage everyone's minutes, particularly the veteran guys. Everyone's minutes decreased. We asked them to do more with a little bit less in the minutes department, and I think they all responded to that. We really manage our practice days and our off days. I don't think anyone understands. I didn't until I moved here how tough the travel is for Dallas. And I've lived in some tough travel places in San Jose and South Florida, and this is as tough a travel as there is. So, I think we pay extra special attention to that.
Just on the forwards, if they are healthy, how hard a decision is that right now? Because the guys you put in are playing very well.
Yeah, hard decisions. They're hard decisions, but good to have hard decisions this time of year.
Pete, when you watching some of the other playoff series, there's some time and space for teams to get out of the zone and break out. In this series, it seems suffocating. At the minute you get the puck in the defensive zone, either team, the forecheck is immense. How do you work through that? What's the game? How do you game plan for that kind of a series and that kind of a game?
Well, you just have to understand going in that that's how it's going to feel, and you've got to be comfortable in that type of game. You can't get impatient. You can't cheat to try and find ice that isn't there, because that always backfires on you. You've got to understand that, and I think we've understood that since we came into the series, that you got to have a 1-0, 2-1 mindset going into every game. That doesn't necessarily mean that's what the score is going to be, and it's going to look like that every single night, but that's got to be your mindset.
I know you haven't had a lot of power plays, but Pavelski's been quiet. Hintz was quiet until the empty netter. I think Sagan and Duchesne have had chances, but just haven't finished. Yeah. What can you do to get your top guys going?
Well, I would look at their list, and there's a list of guys on their key guys on their team that are the same. There's not a lot of room out there. I think, I look to last year's playoff run, and Jason Robertson went 2.5 rounds, not scoring. It's okay. You got to win games, and if it's 2-1, if it's 1-0, you don't have to. You're not going to put up the same numbers you put up during the regular season. You're going to have different guys that are going to step to the forefront. Your depth guys, like our guys did last game. That's okay. It's okay to go through a series and not score at the pace you scored at in the regular season, as long as you're winning.
Hey, Pete, back here. So much of the message leaving Dallas, going to Vegas, was back against the wall, players embracing that mentality, and it worked. What's the message to try to maintain that now that you have accomplished that goal, and here you are now with Game 5 tonight?
Well, now we've got to take advantage of the situation we worked to create, and that's a 2 out of 3 with home ice advantage, which we didn't have last year, and we didn't give ourselves a chance to be in this situation last year, getting in a 3-0 hole. So, we played this team now last year and this year and have not put them behind in the series at any point. So, that's the goal. And let's see how they react to that.